The big question is for a lot of people who follow this channel and who follow entertainment, how does one become a star in Hollywood from humble beginnings? So today we're going to be talking about one of the most unique ones, in my personal opinion, Clint Eastwood. Now, he was born on May 31st, 1930, at St. Francis Memorial Hospital in San Fran, to Ruth Runner and Clinton Eastwood Sr. During her son's fame, Ruth was known by a surname of her second husband, John Belden Wood, whom she married after the death of Clinton Sr. Eastwood was nicknamed Samson by hospital nurses because he weighed 11 pounds 6 ounces at birth. He has a younger sister, Jeanne. He is of English, Irish, Scottish, and Dutch ancestry. Now, he is also descended from Mayflower pastor William Bradford, and through this line is a 12th generation born in North America. His family relocated 3 times during the 1930s, during the height of the Depression, as his father changed occupations. Contrary to what Eastwood has indicated in media interviews, they did not move between 1940 and 49. Settling in Piedmont, California, the Eastwoods lived in an affluent area of the town, had a swimming pool, belonged to a country club, and each parent drove their own car. Eastwood's father was a manufacturing executive at Georgia Pacific for most of his life. As Clint and Jeanne grew older, Ruth took a clerical job at IBM. Now, when he attended Piedmont Middle School, he was held back due to poor academic scores, and records indicated he also had to attend summer school. From January 45 until at least January 46, he attended Piedmont High School, but was asked to leave for writing an obscene suggestion to a school official on the athletic field scoreboard and burning an effigy on the school lawn, on top of other school infractions. He transferred to Oakland Technical High School and was scheduled to graduate mid-year in January 49, although it is not clear if he did. Clint graduated from the airplane shop. I think it was his major, joked classmate Don Kincaid. Another high school friend, Don Loomis, echoed, "I don't think he was spending that much time at school because he was having a pretty good time elsewhere." Fritz Maines, a boy he had a friend 2 years younger than Eastwood, said, "I think what happened is he just went off and started having a good time. I just don't think he finished high school." Biographer Patrick McGilligan notes that high school graduation records are a matter of strict legal confidentiality. According to the author, Eastwood's school principal had to call his management first before deciding whether to be interviewed, and whoever answered the phone on Malpazzo advised him against talking to me, and he didn't. Now, Eastwood had a number of odd jobs around his high school years, including lifeguard, paper carrier, grocery clerk, forest fighter, and golf caddy. Eastwood said he tried to enroll at Seattle University in 1951, but instead was drafted in the United States Army during the Korean War. He always dropped the Korean War reference, hoping everyone would conclude that he was in combat and might be some sort of hero. Actually, he'd been a lifeguard at Fort Ord in Northern California for his entire stint in the military, said Eastwood's former longtime companion, Sandra Locke. Don Loomis recalled hearing that Eastwood was romancing one of the daughters of a Fort Ord officer who might have been entreated to watch out for him when names came up for postings. While returning from a free-range trip in Seattle, he was a passenger on a Douglas AD bomber that ran out of fuel and crashed into the ocean near Point Reyes. Using a life raft, he and the pilot swam 2 miles to safety. Eastwood was eventually discharged in February 1953. Now, according to CBS press release for Rawhide, Universal International's camera crew was shooting in Fort Ord when an enterprising assistant spotted Clint and invited him to meet the director, although it was disputed by Milligan. According to Eastwood's official biography, the key figure was a man named Chuck Hill, who was stationed in Fort Ord and had contacts in Hollywood. While in L.A., Hill became reacquainted with Eastwood and managed to sneak him into a Universal studio when he introduced him to cameraman Irving Glassberg. Glassberg arranged for an audition under Arthur Lubin, who, although very impressed with Eastwood's appearance and stature, then 6'4", disapproved of his acting, remarking he was quite amateurish. He didn't know which way to turn or which way to go or do anything. Lubin suggested that he attend drama classes and arranged for Eastwood's initial contract in April 1954 at $100 per week. After signing, Eastwood was initially criticized for his stiff manner and delivering his lines through his teeth, a lifelong trademark. Now, in May 1954, Eastwood made his first real audition for Six Bridges to Cross, but was rejected by Joseph Pevney. After his numerous unsuccessful auditions, He was eventually given a minor role by director Jack Arnold in Revenge of the Creature, a sequel to the recently released hit Creature from the Black Lagoon. In September 1954, he worked for 3 weeks on Arthur Lubin's Lady Godiva of Coventry, won a role in February 1955 playing Jonesy, a sailor in France's in the Navy, and appeared uncredited in another Jack Arnold film, Tarantula, where he played a squadron pilot. In May 1955, he put 4 hours' work into the film Never Say Goodbye, and in a minor uncredited role as a ranch hand, his first Western in August 1955, with Lawmen, also known as Star in the Dust. Universal presented him with his first TV role on July 2nd, 1955, on NBC's Allen in Movieland, which starred comedian Steve Allen, actor Tony Curtis, and swing musician Benny Goodman. Although he continued to develop as an actor, Universal fired him on October 23rd, 1955. Now, Eastwood joined the March Agency soon later, and although Lubin landed him his biggest role in The First Traveling Sales Lady in 1956, and later hired him for Escapade in Japan, 1957, without a formal contract, Eastwood was struggling. On his financial advisor Irving Leonard's advice, he switched to the Koopman Old Nick Agency in 1956 and Mitchell Gertz in 1957. He landed several small roles in 1956 as a temperamental army officer for a segment of ABC's Reader's Digest series, and as a motorcycle gang member on a Highway Patrol episode. In 1957, Eastwood played a cadet in West Point series and a suicidal gold prospector on Death Valley Days. In 1958, he played a Navy lieutenant in a segment of Navy Log, and in early 1959 made a notable guest appearance as Red Hartigan on Maverick opposite James Garner as a cowardly villain intent on marrying a rich girl for money. Eastwood had a small part as an aviator on Lafayette's Escadrille and played a major role as an ex-renegade of the Confederacy in Ambush on Cimarron Pass, a film that Eastwood considers the low point of his career, which we've already talked about on the channel. Now, in 1958, Eastwood was cast as his dream role for TV as Rowdy Yates in the popular CBS hour-long Western series Rawhide, which was a career breakthrough he had long sought. And, of course, the song of the same name became a pop and country hit. Eastwood, however, was not especially happy with his character. Eastwood was almost 30, and Rowdy was too young and cloddish for his comfort. Film began in Ord, Arizona in the summer of 1958. It took just 3 weeks for Rawhide to reach the top 20 TV ratings, and although it never won an Emmy, it was a major success for several years and peaked at number 6 in the ratings from October 1960 to April 1961. Now, the Rawhide years between 1959 and 1965 were some of the most grueling of Eastwood's career, often filming 6 days a week for an average of 12 hours a day, but some directors still criticize him for not working hard enough. By late 1963, Rawhide was beginning to decline in the ratings and lacked freshness in the scripts. It was cancelled in the middle of the 65-66 season. Eastwood made his first attempt at directing, where he filmed several trailers for the show, but he was unable to convince producers to let him direct an episode. In the show's first season, he earned $7.50 an episode. At the time of Rawhide's cancellation, he had received $119,000 as severance pay. Now, Rawhide, again, very popular worldwide, and it was the face stood out, but the name was not there. But this really happened. In 1963, Eastwood Rawhide co-star Eric Fleming rejected an offer to star in an Italian-made Western called A Fistful of Dollars, released in 1964, filmed in a remote region of Spain by a relatively unknown director, Sergio Leone. Richard Harrison suggested Eastwood to Leone because Harrison knew that Eastwood could play a cowboy convincingly. Eastwood thought the film would be an opportunity to escape for his Rawhide image. He signed a contract for $15,000 in wages for 11 weeks' work, with the bonus of a Mercedes-Benz automobile upon completion. Eastwood later said the transition from a TV Western to A Fistful of Dollars. In Rawhide, it did get awfully tired of playing the conventional white hat, the hero who kisses old ladies and dogs and was kind to everybody. I decided it was time to be an anti-hero. Eastwood was instrumental in creating The Man with No Name, character's distinctive visual style, and although a non-smoker, Leone insisted Eastwood smoke cigars as an essential ingredient of the mask he was attempting to create for the character. So he went from $100 a week to the greatest spaghetti Western star of all time, and pretty well the biggest Western star of the modern era. So onward and upward, as we like to say. So that's the story about the early years of Eastwood from birth to Rawhide Fistful of Dollars era. If you like what you're doing here with our Clint Eastwood podcast, let us know when a like, comment, subscribe, or share. And I think why Clint Eastwood is still very popular is because it's all on the screen. He plays Clint Eastwood. That's why we go see him. You don't see Clint Eastwood and said he's not playing Clint Eastwood. It's like, no, it's on the theme. So again, like, comment, subscribe, or share. Happy Father's Day weekend. As we like to say, a High Plains drifter, shoot, shoot, shoot. Have a good one.